AJ looked calm as you like. Daniel Dubois looked nervous. Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to On Me Edson. So this is a reaction to the press conference last night for AJ against Dubois and also the undercard as well. I'm going to skip through the undercard because I think there's a couple of comical moments. Hutchinson and Boazzi sort of squaring off against each other verbally, that is. And Ishmael Davis giving it his all to Josh Kelly as well. So I thought there's a couple of interesting moments. But listen, I'm going to be talking about AJ against Dubois. Now, I was watching AJ Dubois' video about how we kind of thought it was the press conference was a bit tough for him in terms of, you know, trying to get information out of the respective boxers, you know, trying to get them to open up and talk and make it a press conference and everything. He was really disappointed in the way they acted, possibly. But I also think you're kind of running a fine line between them saying too much and not saying enough, it getting out of hand. And they start name calling left, right, and centre, and tables flying all over the place, and them trying to come to blows. Or is that what we really want to see? Is that what you really want to see before a fight? Personally, I didn't get any of that. I always knew that it was going to be a bit difficult for anybody, whoever stood up there, to get anything out of AJ. Not so much AJ, but certainly out of Daniel Dubois. Obviously, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren were there. They were giving it their little bits as well. But I thought overall, AJ looked very, very calm, as he has done all week. Looks very calm, very direct, very not kind of engaging in nonsense. He was very much there to do the press conference, to do what he had to do, sort of be respectful, be mindful. But you could tell behind the eyes, as it were, he was calculating and just revising the plan that they've got in mind for Daniel Dubois. They know what they need to do, or AJ in particular knows exactly what he needs to do. That's my impression. I have no insight here, but this is my impression. Whereas Daniel Dubois, he looks like a bit of a wound-up spring, ready to go. There's a few twitches here and there, the banging on the table, you know, the kind of hand gestures here and there. When they had the final face-off, Daniel Dubois looked quite nervous, quite skittish, really, whereas AJ was very, very calm, hands in his tracksuit bottom pockets, just very, very calm, just chewing on his chewing gum or whatever he was chewing on. Whereas Daniel Dubois looked a little bit like this, eyes, you know, dancing around all over the place a little bit. You know, he was kind of clenching his fist, and at one point I saw him really clench his fist as if to say, "Come on, let's go." And it didn't seem quite right. Whilst he had a calm exterior, I'm not saying it was, you know, the very small signs were there for me that he's spending a lot of time, a lot of energy in this kind of, he's got a nervous energy about him. And I think he's going to possibly blow himself out before the night, or it's going to have a detrimental effect. If you're just looking at the two fighters side by side, one looks serene and calm and knows exactly what they need to do. It's like if you're revising for an exam, okay? You've got a big test at work tomorrow or whatever at school. You've done all your revision, you've done all your preparation, you're calm. You've done all you can do, okay? You're calm, you're ready for the next day. Whereas if you think you haven't done quite enough, or you're not too quite sure, you're a little bit on edge, you're a little bit nervous, right? That's exactly the impression I got from these two. AJ's done his swatting, he's done his homework. Daniel Dubois is he's done a bunk and gone off playing down the park. He hasn't done any homework at all. He's going to wing it tomorrow in the exam and see how we go. This is what I get from them. Now, obviously, who knows? This could work in Daniel Dubois' favour, this hyper-nervous energy when he gets into the ring. But how long can he sustain it for? For me, AJ has to be prepared for this side of Daniel Dubois, to come in, letting it all go, not really sure what he needs to do, not really boxing by fundamentals. He's just going to go in there like a bull in a china shop, and he'd probably lose himself a little bit, whereas AJ just needs to be controlled. Keep him at range, possibly, certainly for a couple of rounds. Just gauge him out, let him tire himself out, let that nervous energy build up in him, and maybe even frustrate Daniel Dubois a little bit, and just let that build up a little bit, let that build up inside him, and then in the third, fourth, fifth, whatever round it's going to be, AJ just capitalizes on it and just goes for the knockout. Now, of course, that could be a completely wrong game plan. That might not even happen. Daniel Dubois might go in there, and it might be tentative from both of them. They might show a lot of respect respect towards each other. They may both fight at distance just for a few rounds, and it might even go into the 8th, 9th, 10th round, even with the distance. Who knows? It really depends how they both tactically play this fight. But judging on their press conference, the way they were acting, and if kind of reading between the lines and the non-verbal communication there, one looked calm, one looked prepared, the other one looked unsure of the situation. And regardless of how calm they may have appeared and how calm they may have speaking, they didn't look right. They didn't look right for the occasion. And it was subtle. It was subtle. But if you go back and watch it, you'll see what I mean. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But as Daniel Dubois just got a little bit carried away with himself, is he a little bit too nervous for this? And it's AJ just playing this exactly as he should. Nice and calm. And as he said, when he gets actually into the ring, that's when he switches on. That's when it's time to go. Not now, not last week, not a face-off a month ago. It's now when you're in the ring. That's the most important thing. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I'll catch you again on another video coming very, very soon. Ta-da.